Okay, well, hey Maggie, welcome to 12 Days of Teardowns. Thank you for joining.
Thanks.
So, I'm really excited to take a look at Williams-Sonoma's website because I got married just last year, as you know, and got a few really fun gifts from them. So, it's always fun for me to take a look and see what else they're offering and how their website has changed. Is there any specific reason you signed up for this brand's Teardown?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the brand. I like to cook, I like to bake, so it's always been fun visiting Williams-Sonoma stores. I know we used to have a big, beautiful store in Portland in the Pearl District, and so that was always fun to visit. But I feel like Williams-Sonoma as a brand has been investing more in e-commerce. So I'm interested to see how they've updated their website experience to account for shoppers who are moving to online.
Cool. Sounds great. All right. So today we're going to take a look at a specific product page, which we've chosen one for a Brayville grind control coffee maker. So we'll be interested to hear your thoughts. I guess at first glance, what are kind of your first impressions?
Well, less focused on the product page itself and more on the navigation. They're just using a lot of space for their logo, for search, for all their different utility offerings. I mean, they have their main Williams Sonoma site and the home site, and then they have kind of these other secondary links for like registry and in store, and then they have their shopping category links. And I like that a lot of this information is exposed so that we can kind of get an idea of all those different offerings and separate sites. But there's not a lot of like color differentiation or font weight to
Hmm.
really make some of these things stand out, so it could be a little bit overwhelming on first look at the site.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's hard sort of to even tell that we're on a product page yet because there's so much going on in the header and in the navigation area. Do you think that there's opportunity for them to test anything up here, or what would your, first ideas be? Obviously, not being able to see their data.
Yeah, I guess it would. I mean, I'd have to know a little bit more about what their goals are in terms of like getting people into their home site, for example, versus
Hmm.
kind of more of the cookware side of the site. But it does seem like some of these links could distract from the main shopping category. So it would be interesting testing a version of the menu that, for example, places more visual weight on shopping categories.
Yeah, interesting. All right, great. So then scrolling down a little bit, we get into more of the, you know, product details or the meat of what you might expect on a product page. So, what are your first reactions to kind of the imagery and the buy box product description, which actually it looks like there isn't much of a product description here, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they're hitting me with a lot of good content that I'd want to know in the buy box area. I like that they show an in context photo of the product so I can see it, like get a gauge of what the size is, for example. It looks like they're using lots of product video. I can see it's a bestseller, reviews, pricing, and then like the delivery and pickup options. So they're doing a lot in the buy box area to address what questions I might have initially about the product. I'm also
Hmm.
noting that they have really just good use of breadcrumbs. I can see easily how to navigate back to coffee makers or other kitchen appliances. One thing I'm noticing is I might be interested in this brand for coffee makers, and maybe I wouldn't be interested in this product now that I've gotten to this page and see that it has around 3.5 stars. So
Hmm.
they're not making it that easy for me to maybe visit another product from the same brand.
Yeah.
And maybe there would be something lower on the page, but I would just expect the name of the brand to be clickable so that I could be taken to all products within that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it is interesting. The 3.5 stars might raise a red flag, but they do also have this other kind of social proof down here. 30 people recently added this to their cart, which I did notice, even though it's pretty small. So it makes me curious. I wonder if that performs well for them.
Yeah, it's interesting. We see things like those more like pop-up modal things that tell you like so and so in Portland, Oregon just bought X
Mm-hmm.
product, and that kind of serves as that like social proof that people are shopping. Or we'll see like the amount of stock that's left in this product, and just seeing people have added this to their cart. I wonder how that performs, just because it doesn't say that people are buying it, it just says
Yeah,
people are get it.
yeah, that's interesting. And it's also funny when you were talking about the different delivery and pickup options, I was trying to click between them and it looks like this is actually maybe sold out, or I'm not really sure, but it won't let me select either of these ship to home or in-store pickup options. And that could be just because I'm not near a Williams-Sonoma right now. Um, but it still gives me this offer to add to cart. So not sure really what's going on there. I would be a bit confused if I was shopping for this.
Yeah, that is confusing.
Cool. So let's take a look. Maybe let's look at the imagery a little bit. It's kind of interesting. It jumps right into video as the second, and it's a little bit hard for me to scroll between them because it looks like there's a lot of visual content here. And it's kind of interesting that it jumps, whoa, that it jumps straight into how to use the coffee maker, rather than potentially showing maybe some of the product features or something that might be a bit more convincing if it's my first time looking at this page.
Yeah, I feel like I would need a little more to know why I want this product over a different coffee maker.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's actually quite interesting. There's a lot of how it works. I guess that's product overview, but how to brew your perfect cup, which I don't really feel, I feel like that could be better served maybe in like a post-purchase email or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Interesting. All right. Okay, so then scrolling down, looks like this image, the product images and videos are a little bit sticky on the left side as you go through some of more of the buy box details, and then the product description is below.
It's interesting they've deprioritized the product description in comparison to their credit card. But
Yeah.
I guess if you are getting here, you're higher intent.
Hmm. Interesting. And they have this summary exposed, it looks like, but some of the additional details um, hidden, which probably makes sense. And then they have more of what you were talking about before, like maybe people who are interested in seeing different products from this brand or additional items that could supplement the coffee maker.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go back to the description?
Yep.
Feels like it was a little more feature focused rather than benefit focused.
Oh, interesting. Let's see.
Let's see. I guess
Hmm.
that's fine. Never mind. Forget my comments.
Well, I do think again, I feel like it's pretty um, like speaking to someone who might already be really interested, which maybe you are if you're reading this much detail in the product description. But I don't know, as someone who does drink coffee every day, I actually have no idea what adjustable burr grinder means. Um, and unique calibration mode. Like it just all sounds a little bit complex and
That's a little
maybe,
techy.
yeah, maybe for, and it seems to me like this is obviously it does a fresh grind of your beans, but doesn't seem like this should be so complicated.
Yeah.
Um,
It could get in
Interesting.
a little bit more to just like how it benefits me. Like
Right,
knowing that the burr grinder is attached means I don't need to have a separate product. That's
right.
a main benefit to me.
Yeah. This is also sort of interesting. It looks almost like an ad. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
click it. Oh, it clicked out to, I don't think you can see it, but it clicked out to a PDF about how to use the coffee maker, which is interesting.
Yeah, we don't
Um,
like PDFs much because we can't track what's happening there. So that doesn't
yeah,
help at least our team when we're looking at product page improvements.
yeah. And maybe it could be interesting, they have so many videos and things in here about, how to actually use the coffee maker to also have a PDF down here about how to use it. Maybe there's some infographics or information or things like that that they could put instead into a product image, like, I don't know, 12, I think it mentioned somewhere like 12 cups of coffee or, fresh grinds daily, something like that. Could be sort of fun to
Hmm.
try. Okay, so let's take a look. Scrolling down, we sort of reviewed this a little bit. Any other thoughts on the you may also need sections?
Well, I'm less confident that these are things that are actually compatible with my product when I see that they're recommending a whole
Mm-hmm.
$850 espresso machine. That's just like a different product to consider. So
Right,
now I'm wondering, are their descalers actually compatible with this product, or um, are these really things that I need with this, or are they just kind of upselling me on other items?
right. Yeah, definitely. It does raise some questions. And it's interesting. Oh, I guess there is an add to cart up here. But if it's not sticky, which I don't know, it could be possible that they've already tested that. So, but you would have to scroll quite a bit if you wanted to add something to the cart above. I wonder if this is only for add to cart for these additional items or if it also adds the.
Oh, yeah, that's not clear. Oh, I guess you'd have to select a quantity and then it would add those. Oh, yeah, but does it
Oh, it
include the
adds both.
arrangement
Yeah.
product? Interesting. That's not very clear.
Yeah. And maybe if you'd already, I wonder if you'd already added this to your cart, maybe it would add it twice. I don't know.
I guess so.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'd
Okay.
be nice to just have like that sticky add to cart section there with like the
Hmm.
name of the product and the price to just give a little bbit more clarity on what it is you're adding to the cart.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like if we go a little bit more down, so this kind of answers, well, not exactly your question about having the brand be clickable, but at least gives you some variation in the different types of coffee makers you're looking at. Um,
Yeah.
and for some reason, this seems like a little bit more helpful to me than these accompanying items.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice because I can tell they're within more of the same category of something that I'm looking at if I'm not necessarily as sold on the current product that I'm looking at. Although I
Hmm.
feel like, at least for, I mean, this is maybe not the case for a lot of other Williams-Sonoma products. Like if I'm looking at a spatula, like I don't necessarily need to see more information. It's just kind of like price and
Right.
materials are probably deciding factors. But for more like appliance-based things, like I think I need to see a little bit more here to know if I'm interested in any of these, because right now I just have price and like brand name. I can see they're all tagged as bestsellers. So it's a little difficult to differentiate between these and see why these are recommended to me.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's almost like you need a little bit more, I don't know, not a full comparison chart, but at least some other information to compare. And
Hmm.
some of them are helpful because they have, at least here I can see, oh, 12. Excuse me. Hold on. At least here I can see 12 cup versus 10 cup and things like that, but I have no idea. I guess this is just a grinder. It's not a coffee maker.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
just a little inconsistent, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, even just like reviews here would be helpful because then I
Hmm.
can know I'm looking at a product that people liked and ultimately bought.
Yeah. This is interesting. They have a suggested price versus our price, which
Mm.
I guess maybe it's for people who are reselling it. I'm not really sure. But it seems like for me, shopping for my coffee maker, I don't know that that really matters to me unless it's on sale for a limited time or something like that.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to communicate that you're getting a better deal by shopping here than maybe you could at shopping from the brand itself, but
Mm,
it's kind of a stretch to get there, and I'm not sure I'm right about that.
yeah, yeah. Well, that makes sense when you say it, but I wouldn't have immediately gone there.
Yeah.
Um, All right, so another section, this time customers also bought. So we've already seen, we saw you may also need, customers also viewed, and now customers also bought.
I
Um,
feel like I would wanna see, like, customers ultimately bought in this category because these are not I don't need silicone tongs with my coffee maker, those just aren't
right.
relevant. I
Yeah,
don't think this is the most effective product space here.
right.
Even
It's,
recently viewed is right below, and, like, that's more helpful to me if I'm comparing a
mm-hmm.
few different products. So I'm
Yeah,
wondering why that's being deprioritized.
yeah. Interesting. All right, and then it looks like we go straight into the coffee, or sorry, the coffee, the customer reviews, which unfortunately, I'm not sure 3.3 really convinces me, but at least I know that these are honest and from real people since it is 3.3.
Yeah, I'm noticing there's 721 reviews, and I had not seen that above. So, I mean, that would be kind
Oh,
of a
yeah.
decision maker for me because seeing 3.3 is something to look into, but maybe that's only had 5 people review the product and one person had a bad experience. So seeing
Yeah.
this breakdown in number of reviews is really telling.
Yeah. And then I think we get, oh, again, related products, related searches. That's
Mm.
interesting. Related searches seems like it could be kind of helpful.
Yeah, and it's really buried, but we've seen this. I mean, we like to call it the Etsy test, and it's
Hmm.
generally more for like a paid search audience where they can see more of if they're coming in from like Google through a paid search ad, and maybe they're looking to compare a few different products or from a few different retailers. It's nice to see what other people are searching that ultimately got them to that page and maybe help them understand what people ultimately bought so you can see if people are looking for similar products, they have similar needs, how can I get into something that is ultimately going to suit my needs the best. So
Hmm.
it is interesting that these that do feel related are so low on the page.
Yeah, agreed. All right, well, that's the end of the page. So I think overall, what, if you had to give this product page a score 1 to 10, what would you give it right now?
Oh, I don't like doing the score.
Okay, fine. Instead of rating it as a score, you can give um share like a summary, maybe 1 to 3 overarching thoughts about it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot they're providing a lot of content that I like here. I mean, there's description, there's specs, there's video, we've got reviews. So there's a lot of information here to help me make a decision. It seems like they could be doing a better job of showing me the most relevant products.
Hmm.
So, like getting me into more products from that brand and showing me more products that are really related to or that actually feel like I need alongside of this product. So it seems like we could be doing a little bit more when it comes to upselling and helping making that final um, decision making process easy.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, great. I mean, you heard it here first, Williams-Sonoma. You're going to want to take Maggie's advice. She's one of our expert conversion strategists. So thank you so much, Maggie, for joining 12 Days of Teardowns. And everyone, stay tuned for the next video tomorrow.